Hello, so we are in February already. So this first weekend in February, we are going to start off teaching the kids that God is love. Wow, February, and we're talking about love. What a great idea. So our first lesson is going to be in 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 13. And the lesson is basically reading 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 13 and explaining what Paul was talking about. So we're going to be talking a lot about love. The first thing that you're going to do when the kids come into the room is, because it's a new month, it's a new memory verse, and our memory verse is 1 John 4:16. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. So we are going to be making little cards for them to remember their memory verse. So this is what it's going to be. They don't even have to fold it over. I folded it because I like to have it as a card, and if they want to write something on the front or the back, I know lots of kids like to doodle, so maybe they want to do that, and maybe that could keep them from coloring too much inside. I did notice that last week a lot of our kiddos painted right over the verse from Daniel. So anyways, I was hoping maybe this would keep us from doing that. But the kids are going to have 3 to 5 hearts. I'm going to show you how to do it with 3 hearts. If you're 11 o'clock, if you have tons of hearts left over and you want to just use them, the kids can even do 5. So the way you start it, or the way I started it, is I folded this in half so it looks kind of like a card. That way it can sit up, right? Sit up just like that. And you'll take your 3 hearts, so you'll pick 3 colors. So this one I have a green, a blue, and a red, and I'll decide which one I want to have in the middle. So let's say I'm going to have the green one in the middle. So then I'm going to take my glue, super easy, I'll just use a little bit, and glue on the sides. I'm sure you guys can all figure this out, but I will just do it really quick, just in case. Oh, maybe. Well, I just threw my glue across the room. Hold on. Only me. I'm sure I have glue all over my sweater now too. All right, just a slight mishap. Just because I don't have a table, your kids will have so much easier. All right, and so then I've glued them together, one side, right? And since I want this to be in the middle, then I'll take the other side and I'll glue. Put glue all over it, just regular glue, and line it up so nicely. And voila, we've got it. Now we want it in our card, so we're gonna glue the back. I'm sure you can figure this out, how to do this. I don't need to be showing you this. I don't know why I always show you these crafts, just in case. I know some of y'all aren't very crafty and you don't like it, so maybe that's why. We'll say that's why I did it. And then you just put it right in the fold it over so that it sticks in your card, and you're done. Just as simple as that. All the hearts are cut out for you. The kids can do it. So obviously if they're going to be doing 5, they'll just add more and it'll be a fuller card. And that's what they're going to have. While they're making that, while they're gluing, if they're not throwing their glue across the room like I did, you're going to be talking about the memory verse. And it's all written out for you. You're just going to explain what it is, talk about where it came from. It's all written out for you. The letter written to the children of God. Wow. Okay. So, oh my goodness. Seriously. Butterfingers today. I just keep throwing stuff. So then after you make your craft, or when time is ready, you will go into the story room. And like I said, we're going to be in 1 Corinthians 13. And really at this time, once again, Paul is writing a letter to the people of Corinth, and they have decided that they want to argue and bicker about this is just so typical us, right? Whether we're Christians or not. They want to bicker about what's the best gift that God gives, the best spiritual gift. And he heard about this bickering and he was like, what are you people doing? We are one body, right? We should all be together. And so he's writing them a letter trying to explain to them that God is love, and the one gift that he gives all of us. So none of y'all are better than somebody else. The one gift that God gives each and every one of us is the gift of love. And so he talks about it. So your story, if you are the storyteller, is basically breaking this down verse by verse, and then talking about which each verse means. There's a lot of parts for kids to read if you want to have them do that with you. Always, as always, just have the kids who want to read. Don't put anybody on the spot. And then I've noticed, like, if you get some of the younger kids to read and stuff, maybe they're reading a little bit slower and it's harder for the other kids to comprehend. So what I always do is I'll have the kid read it, and then I'll say, that is great job, and then I'll just reread it, right? Because it's only 1 sentence, 2 sentences, maybe 3 at the most, and then I'll just reread it before I start talking about it and explaining it. just so that it's all put together and you don't have kids not understanding what's going on. So as always, then you'll do your worship and offering, you'll have your blessing as well, and then after story, I've written out a lot of story review and discussion questions. So it's a regular review question, and then it has like things that you can discuss. I did this because this is our baptism weekend. And you may be leaving. You may not have a lot of time in your classroom after story. You may be going down to the baptisms depending on which campus you're at. So I know here at Thornton we'll be going down to the baptisms, and so we'll just have some discussion times and open it up to discussion and time like that together. And we also have some Bible work, like some Bible lookups, just so that we have time, like when it's time to go downstairs, so that it's just not really interrupting something. It'll just put the discussion on hold, and then you can restart the discussion when you come back upstairs before you're picked up. Also, I have some Bible lookups. I think it's super important for these kiddos to know how to use their Bible, and nothing is more intimidating than not knowing your books of your Bible and how to look things up and your table of contents. So we're going to be moving more through that, doing a little bit, some Bible lookups each month, to try and get the kids really acquainted with their Bibles and encourage them to bring their Bibles from home as well. So I have some Bible lookups for you to do. Then if you have time, like always, we have prayer time and a little prayer written out for you there. And then, or you can just pray over the kids as they're leaving. You can certainly do that. And then next week, Bible work is Matthew 5, love your enemies. We're going to be moving on with love. And then we'll have another craft for loving your enemies and for Valentine's Day. So I think I got it all. Nothing else for me to throw on the ground. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this is helpful for you. As always, if you have any questions, just give me a call, or you can call your campus director. And have a great first week in February. I can't believe it's here. And happy planning. Thank you so much.